We're going to talk about what is resistance or an obstacle. So oftentimes when we have a goal, it's like we're seeing something clearly. Oh, this is what I want. So just kind of hold up your hand and look in the palm of your hand. You are seeing that goal. You're feeling it. You're knowing it. And as soon as we do that, we tend to get an equal, forceful resistance come up. But I can't. Or that's not really important. Or if I do that, then. Or I don't know if that's the right goal to have. Whatever resistance or obstacle shows up, it's usually in reference to not allowing that goal to be acted on, activated, shared, right? And this is just the way we tend to be, especially if we're coming to coaching for help to do things in our life or to feel a new way or to deepen a relationship or to have more purpose. Yes, it's our big but. Sometimes it also shows up as a confusion, a power loss, a sense of just not enough time, procrastination, blaming of ourself or someone else, shaming of ourself or someone else. Resistance and obstacles are not really fun. And yet there's something that as coaches we get to help people with every day. So one of the biggest, I guess I like the word antidote or elixir for a resistance or an obstacle is our resources. So let's talk for a moment about what resources mean. So a resource can be metaphorical. Like for me, rainbows and waterfalls are resources. When I think of a rainbow channel of light, I am energetically brought into a place of kind of transformation. If I think of a waterfall, I think of a place of clearing, letting go, releasing, energy clearing. So those would be more metaphorical, and they come from nature. Often resources come from nature at that level of energy and metaphor and non-ordinary reality. And meditation often brings in those more natural resources. Now there can also be resources of the body, like taking deep breaths, exercising, touching. These are resources. Everything that gives us comfort, happiness, love, inner support, healthy power. These are resources. A resource can be a good friend that we can talk to. A resource can be a belief that helps empower us or support us. A resource is our values. So all of that is resources. Money is a resource. Time is a resource. Relationships are resources. Creativity is a resource. So there's so many resources. I would say there's a lot more resources than obstacles. I have a much bigger list of people's resources that they share with me than their obstacles. Obstacles tend to be repetitive and a little bit boring, to tell you the truth. I don't hear a lot of fascinating obstacles. I'm not like, oh, wow, that was a good one. They sort of just show up again and again. People hold on to their resistance and obstacles for like decades. It's that low feeling. It's that dark hole in my chest. I mean, not to put down. We got to love all the resistance and obstacles too. And when we bring them love, we're giving them a resource. But have you noticed in yourself that obstacles often, one of the problems with them, if we were to think of them as like a character or a person, they don't really evolve and grow up. It's not like our obstacle gets a lot more intelligent or a lot more developed. It stays kind of stuck. So one of the things we do that's very loving with our obstacles is we let them mature and grow up and evolve and be free. So we are setting them free. We're in a loving way allowing that obstacle to move on its journey. So a dullness, a confusion, an irritation that is an obstacle gets a chance to evolve and grow and move on its path. Baggage, that's a great metaphor for an obstacle. If you fight an obstacle, it tends to get stronger. So if you tell it really strongly, let's say your obstacle is no energy. You're just exhausted. If you tell your exhaustion to just leave you alone, you don't belong here, you get mad at your low energy, probably the energy just gets even lower and more tired. So you nurture that energy, you hear it, and you bring in resources to it, it gets better. So that's what we're doing in this strategy. Whatever the goal is, we're finding the resources for it. If there is resistance or obstacle to it, we're going to bring healing to that resistance or obstacle. And then what integration means here is bringing all of those resources in the person doing this with their creative mind so that they're more empowered, and then they can plan on how to take actions, and they can actually stimulate their ability to know what they really want to do now, or to make a communication, or to take care of themselves, whatever it is that shows up. It's always a mystery. We don't know. It's always kind of a surprise. Okay, so